You know, one of the first things they tell you when you're a vlogger and your Google and Facebook analytics will tell you this, that as soon as you go live, you need to grab people's attention within the first 35 seconds. If you don't do it immediately, you lose a huge chunk of your audience. This vlogging thing is very scientific. And when you closely follow the analytics, got a little, I'm not advertising for them, by the way. They're not paying me for this. But you know, sometimes my hands get all ashy. You know the word ashy? You know, your hands get all ashy, and then when you're pointing, you're doing one of these, you Facebook people notice that almost immediately. And then I have to deal with that. I have to deal with ashy hands. So usually I have a tub. This is a tub. It's not a bottle. It's a tub of Nivea lotion so that I know what I'm doing. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for being with me a few minutes. I'm trying so hard to get my lighting right. You know, I look back on the videos and I noticed that the lighting is not on point. I still don't have it on point. There are a couple of young guys that are supposed to be helping me with that. Oh, hey, by the way, look what I got. This is the real Mac, by the way. And again, I'm not advertising for them. I'm just sharing with you what is working for me. And these are tips I think that every vlogger should sort of employ and add to their repertoire, an arsenal of tools that will help you become a better creator. So the other day I was at Mandahill and I bought some Mac. You would not believe, I was shocked. You would not believe how much money this costs. I mean, you guys, you know, when our wives are going out there buying beauty products, as husbands, we think it's cheap. It's not cheap. You know, these beauty products cost so much money. It's incredible. So the other day I'm watching a tutorial on YouTube and it says to me, well, you need to invest in some makeup, you know, so that you don't have the shine on your face. So I go to Mac and I buy these products. You're not going to believe, this is what I bought. I bought a Mac brush, which, you know, I don't even know how to use this. I got this, I don't even know what this is. It says Prep Prime. What in the world is Prep Prime? I have no idea. There was a young girl there in the Mac store that helped me because I told her exactly what I wanted to do. I said, look, I'm a vlogger. I do videos and I'd like you to help me with some tips on light makeup. So she recommends this little thingy here, Prep Prime. No idea what Prep Prime means, okay? The last thing I got was this. Oh my goodness. This little doozy here. This is some white powder in here. So I told her, I said, look, I don't want my face to look powdery. She says, look, Mr. Mwewa, follow my lead. I know what I'm doing, okay? It's not gonna make your face, it's gonna give you a matted look, she said. And I said, matted look? What's a matted look? She says, well, it's you're not going to have the shine. So I got this look. Now, these three items, I'm going to step into the light. These three items, I'm not kidding you, over 2,000 kwacha. Could not believe it. I got the receipt right here. I got a discount. She gave me a discount. It was oh, how much was it? It was about 2,000 something, but the discount she gave me was 1,000. So I ended up paying 1,692 for three items. So guys, the next time your wives give you a huge bill, don't be surprised. When your wife says, listen, honey, I got three little 3 little thingies of makeup and it cost me 2,000 kwacha. Don't argue. Just give her the money. Okay? So that's mine. So I've already done a little dab. Real quick, there's something that I need to talk to you guys about that it's really, honestly, and I'm not joking, it's bothering me. It's discombobulating me, really. And I don't mean to use this big word unnecessarily, but it's really sort of irritating me. And it's this. I have to share this with you. It's protectionism amongst the political elite. This is really chapping my hide. This is really boiling my blood. It's yanking my chain. It's ruffling my feathers. Guys, you remember a few months ago, I brought a story to you, and I want you to follow me very closely. I've got the light in the back there. Oh, goodness. The phone never stops ringing. Goodness gracious. Hello? I'm well. Could you call me back in 30 minutes, please? Thank you. I really should turn that off. Okay. I brought you a story about a young man by the name of Mr. Mwanza. He had invested some money in a financial institution called SAPS Management. You remember this story. And I reached out to SAPS and I asked them, I said, hey, look, there's this guy, he's a university student by the name of Mr. Mwanza. He invested 20,000 kwacha in your company. It's a Forex trading company is what it was. It was advertised as a Forex trading company. And this young man, Mr. Mwanza, had invested 20,000 of his money, and this money was supposed to be used for his school fees for university. And this young guy says to me, these people convinced me, they sort of convinced me that this was a good investment. And so against my better judgment, I took a risk and I invested in this company. And they promised me 60% return on my initial investment, is what he said. And so, he gives them the money. 4 months down the road, he didn't get any money back. And he kept on going there week after week after week after week after week, nothing. They kept on giving him the runaround, gave him stories, gave him story after story. Nothing came of anything. Finally, he reaches out to me. And let me explain how this vlogging thing works, guys, because some of you don't understand. Information, as long as you have what people perceive to be a huge audience, if you have any significant audience, information comes to you. They just give it to you. People volunteer. They want their stories told. If I were to show you my inbox and my email inbox, it is flooded. And I'm not the only one. Of course, I'm not saying that I'm the big piece of the puzzle in the grand scheme of things. I'm not. I'm just a player. I'm just a player in the game. The game of social media. And, people give you information. They come to you and say, look, Mr. Mwewa, I've got this problem, thus and so, etc. And the key is it's up to you to ascertain whether or not to run with the story. Okay. So I reached out to SAPS Management and I asked them, I said, look, there's this young man, you owe him a significant amount of money. He invested 20,000 in your Forex scheme, and you keep giving him the runaround. SAPS Management says to me, no, Mr. Mwewa, why don't you come through the office, bring the young man, and then we will explain to you in very simple terms what we do here. And against my better judgment, I mean, I usually don't do that. I usually don't go to people's places, especially in circumstances such as these. But on this particular incident, I decided to go there. So I went to this office, and it for all intents and purposes, it seemed like a legitimate place. You know, it had nice furniture. It had an army of employees. You know, it had like 20 young people, each with their own laptop. You know, I walked into their conference room, and they had this huge, big screen, television screen that showed all these different graphs and financial jibbity jab, and so they all packed me into this. They packed me into this in this conference room along with this Mr. Mwanza. And the CEO of SAPS Management began to explain to me what they do there. This guy spoke, I kid you not, he spoke for 20 minutes, and I didn't understand a thing he was saying. I mean, that's the truth. And I remember what the CEO of IBM once said, very famous quote. She said, if you can't explain something in very simple terms, then you don't know what you're talking about. This guy gibberty jabbed. I mean, he was left, right, center, and the other. He was just talking about, he was using terms that I didn't know, and he was talking gibberish. And I could tell he was just talking nonsense. So after the 20 minutes of him talking, and I just sat there in the conference room listening to him, and Mr. Mwanza sitting next to me, the man that had invested 20,000 kwacha in this company. And so after the CEO was done talking, I turned to him and I said, Mr. CEO, do you realize that I haven't understood a thing you've said? Which means that's a red flag. If you're talking for 20 minutes and I don't understand what you're saying, then there's a problem, and you don't know what you're talking about. I have come here to ask, why have you not paid this man his money? This is the answer they gave me. No, Mr. Mwewa, in fact, what we did was, this is the CEO now. The CEO says, the truth is, Mr. Mwewa, I took this man's money. I was just going to do him a favor. So I invested his money as a personal favor to him, but I invested it in a different company. I said, but the guy has a receipt with your name on it. He has a receipt with SAPS Management on it. No, this was his answer. No, I did that for accountability purposes. Again, another red flag. I'm thinking, you're talking nonsense. Then I finally got to the crux of the issue. I said, look, why don't you just tell me when you are going to pay this man? Mr. Mwewa, here's the deal. And this is what they told me. They said, the truth is, Mr. Mwewa, we applied for a loan from a big bank. And when the bank saw your post, the bank sort of said to us, they're not going to give us the money because of that post. And that's the money we were going to use to pay Mr. Mwanza. I said, Mr. CEO, with all due respect, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. If you're depending on a loan to pay off the people you owe, then you're running a scam here. This is a scam. This is nothing but a scam. It's a hoax. Oh, they went left, right, and center talking about, no, Mr. Mwewa, if we were not legitimate, would we have this nice furniture? And I said, man, get real. There are businesses, there are scams in America that rent out entire floors in a building, but it's a scam. What are you? You've just got some nice furniture. This doesn't convince me. What I'm here to find out is, why are you not paying Mr. Mwanza? Again, gave me some sob story about, no, Mr. Mwewa, if you can retract, just retract that story so that we can get the loan. I said, man, if the money you're depending on is tied to my post, who am I? I'm nobody. What do I have to do with anything? If you are telling me that you can't get the money because of my post, something's wrong with your operation. This is a scam. So finally, the CEO says, Mr. Moyo, just give us a couple of days. We're going to give Mr. Mwanza his money. Said, hey, listen, man, I'm going to leave it to you. But I'm leaving. I'm going to leave him with you. You guys do whatever you need to do. I looked at Mr. Mwanza and I said, Mr. Mwanza, what you need to do is, if they don't pay you, you need to go to the police. You know what Mr. Mwanza says to me? He says, I've been to the police so many times. They do nothing. I said, are you serious? He says, yeah. They do nothing. Now, here's what's bothering me. And I have to say this. I found out, it's come to my attention, and I've verified this, that the owners of SAPS management are tied, are politically connected, and that everyone and anyone who complains to the police about SAPS management, nothing gets done because this group, SAPS management, have political connections. What the heck is that, man? What kind of country are we living in where if you steal someone's money, you don't pay for it, you don't bear the brunt of your mistake simply because you're politically connected? What the hell is that, man? What is that? It wouldn't be so bad if you at least delivered. It wouldn't be so bad if you were running a legitimate business. But if you're running a scam and yet you are politically connected and there's an air of protectionism amongst the political elite, then something's wrong. Where's the recourse? Where's the relief? This poor guy, Mr. Mwanza, he's nobody, according to him. He was telling me. He says, Mr. Moyo, I'm nobody. I'm nobody, he says. My phone keeps ringing. He says, I'm nobody. I go to the police. And not only that, each time I'd go to the police, I would find people in a similar situation, the same situation as mine, with the same SAPS management, with the same complaint, and the police do nothing. Why? Why? Why should it be that way? A crime is a crime. If someone commits extortion, it's a crime. They should pay for that. If someone commits fraud, that's a crime. They should pay for that. If someone swindles you out of your hard-earned money and you have proof and you take that to the police, that's a crime. And the perpetrators ought to be brought to book. So where is the science? Where is the rocket science behind it? Why do we have political protectionism? Why? It's not right. And if I were to tell you, I know the political connection. I know the names. I know them. If I were to tell you, it wouldn't surprise you, but it would disappoint you. At this point, it wouldn't surprise you, but it would disappoint you. Because the people I would name and mention here, you would think, well, why? If you're swindling people out of their money, and it's clear that you've swindled them, and they have proof, and you go to the police, why are the police sitting on their laurels? Why? Y'all need to do something about that. Just the other day, a young lady went to the mayor's office. Same complaint. I was swindled. People are so desperate. They invest their money in an invisible investment. They just va verifier pakanuati yo utupere shitwala kupera so much. Na bokwati fi pululu va fumie mpi ama 10 50 pin mune fumie ama 50 pin. And you're investing in things you can't even see. It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Josvik, there's this notorious WhatsApp group called Josvik. Everybody knows it's a scam. You invest so much, you get some back. You get 60%. Listen, red alert. This is an old saying, and it's true. It's true no matter where you come from. If something is too good to be true, then it probably is. Get that in your spirit. Get that in your heart. Let me say that again because I think that's very important. When someone comes to you and they offer you something that is just too good to be true, and you sit there and you think, wow, really? Is this what's going to happen? Is this how much money I'm going to get back? The moment it appears and sounds too good to be true, that's the red flag. Then it probably is too good to be true. Guys, don't be swindled. But what's bothering me is that these are people that are complaining about this, and the police are doing nothing about it. Why? Because these people, SAPS management, Josvik, they have political connections. It's not right, man. I'm serious. That's not right. Mr. Kanganja, you need to circle the wagons on this issue. Wakanganja. Mr. Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, Wakampyongo, you need to circle the wagons around SAPS management. They are stealing people's money, and people are crying out there. People have spent hard-earned money, huge amounts of money, and they're not getting it back. When they report this matter to the police, nothing is being done. That's not right. That ought not to be so. That should not be condoned. Do something about that. Circle the wagons on this issue. Okay? All right. That's what I wanted to tell you. Tell name and shame. Ruth Blinger says name and shame. They know who they are. All right. Let me read a couple of your comments here. That's Ruth Mlenga there. She says, name and shame them. They know who they are. Daniel Nyungo says, those people going to the police and coming to you for help are following the wrong channel for help. They can go to seek legal advice from lawyers or go to the small claims court. That way they will start getting somewhere towards recovering their money. I agree with that. However, I must add that when something is in the public domain and people talk about it, usually attention is sort of cast on that issue and some things are done. I agree with you that, of course, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a police officer. All I can do is bring you the story. As long as the story is factual, as long as the story is accurate, my responsibility is to just bring it to you. And then they can follow the channels. But I agree with you, Daniel, on this one. I wouldn't be, the only thing I would do is just bring it to you. But in terms of legal recourse, that's not my forte. I'm not even equipped to do that. Okay. Vana Cho, this was so informative and a life lesson for all of us. Well, that's good. That's good. Mwape Jr. That's a good move, Mr. Moore. People are crying. You would be surprised. You would be surprised how many people. I mean, if I showed you my inbox, there's a lady from outside of town. She spent 104,000 kwacha. She invested 104,000 kwacha in SAPS management. To this day, she's never gotten her money back. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Mwanza, the man I was talking to you about, still has not been paid. still has not been paid. Okay. Ether Chipasha, the people stealing are now putting genuine network marketing to be seen as all fake. Yeah. I mean, that's the price you pay. You know, unfortunately, what Ether is saying is the genuine ones, and I still haven't come across a genuine one. Most of the ones I see are crooks, and they take advantage of people's ignorance and desperation. And here's what they do. They take the first top 10, you know, let's say they try to convince you that, hey, listen, invest 500 and you'll get so much back. They'll get the first 10 people will get the money. You will, I mean, the first 10 people who are recruited will get the return. So they make believers out of those 10 people. And then you, if you're amongst the 10 people, you go out and you proselytize. You go out and you get converts, and you're armed with your testimony. Hey, it's legitimate. It worked for me. Especially if it's someone you trust. I mean, if someone walks off the street and says to you, hey, invest 500 kwacha in this financial trading scheme, you wouldn't believe it. But let's say your mother comes to you, your mother, someone you love and you trust. They say, invest in this because I got some money back. They target you because you will recruit the people that trust you. So they're riding on the back of your trust, your trustworthiness. When you go and recruit people that you love, people that trust you, those are the people they target. It's nonsense, man. It's nonsense. All right, last one. Mr. Chitambala, I'm enjoying your vlog. I would love you to do more mature content like this one. Okay, I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. What are you trying to say, girl? That sometimes I don't do mature content? Well, thanks for that. That's a compliment, I imagine. But what are you trying to say, girl? Huh? Sonita Kalinda. What you trying to say, girl? You trying to say I don't do mature content? You got to be diverse, Sonita. All I can be is me. Okay? So if there's content that you find immature, to the left, honey. Anyway, thank you for that, Sonita. Leonard says, people should start investing in their own businesses. True, but when people are desperate, they branch out. The combination of ignorance and desperation is a bad combination. You must know this. The combination of ignorance and desperation, lethal. You will lose tons of money like that. Don't go into this Forex trading. It's a scam, if you ask me. It's a scam because the average Zambian doesn't understand it. On the street, they don't understand that. So these crooks take advantage of that. They make you feel, I mean, the CEO of SAP's management, he was talking to me using all this jargon, but I saw right through him. And at the end of his talk, I said, you're talking nonsense because I don't understand anything you're saying. You're talking gibberish. You know what that's called? It's called gibberish. And if you can't explain something to me simply, then you don't know what the heck you're talking about. All right. Chipolo Polo diehards. Now here's a comment. Let's look at this for a moment. Mr. Chitambala, the Chipolo Polo are playing tomorrow. Wish them well. This is a prime example of making a comment off topic. If off topic was a person, ababa chipolo polo diehards. Tumwaisa pano tuleanda pa ma scams. Mwambo kunanda pa bola. Pali football. Pali soccer. Aguti Mr. Chitambala the Chipolo Polos are playing tomorrow. Wish them well. What is this? What are you talking about? We're talking about financial scams. And you're going to roll up on me and start talking about football. Hey, listen, don't get me wrong. I love the Chipolo Polo boys. Okay, I am Mr. Chipolo Polo. Well, not really, but you get the point. But we're talking about financial scams here. Okay, can you wrap that around your brain? Okay, so give me a break. This is off topic. Goodness. If it's not one thing, it's another, I tell you. Okay. All right, guys. That's a little daytime humor for you. All right, guys. I gotta go. Listen, I got people from Power FM here. They're supposed to be doing an interview with me. And so I've got to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. Bless your heart. Oh, here's a good one. Simon Banda says, listen to this. He says, the problem is they target the ladies. You just hope they have heard you. Just hope they've heard your boss. And it's true. They target the women, which is ridiculous if you ask me, which is sad, really, really sad. McBride says, don't go. I have to go, Bright. I have to go. I've got an appointment with Power FM. Let me just call them here, see where they are. This is Connie from Power FM. I think she's in the lounge. I'm going to put her on speaker.
Hello?
Hey, Connie.
Hey.
Are you here?
Yes, we've been here for like 30 minutes now.
Are you in the lounge?
Yes.
Do you want to walk through to my office?
Sure.
Yeah,
Which
just
one is it?
the office just opposite the lounge.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's got 2 black chairs in the foyer.
Okay, great.
Yeah. She doesn't know that I'm going to put her on live. I'm supposed to be doing an interview with Power FM in a few minutes. And as usual, I'm late. Guys, this is a good buy. It's high, but it's worth it. These products in here, unbelievable. I'm thinking this is the reason our wives look as good as they do, is because they're busy spending so much money on makeup. 3 pieces of makeup. Listen, I'm not complaining, okay? I don't want you guys thinking I'm complaining. I'm not trying to diss MAC. I think MAC is awesome. I think they're fantastic. But it is pricey, though. Come in. But in a good way, though. In a good way. Hey, Connie. Connie, I want you to step in here, girl. And
I'm right here.
why need you guys to come over here and say hi to these people on Facebook? Stand behind me here and just wave at these people there.
Hello, guys.
I need to see all of you in the frame. All of you in the frame. Say hi.
Okay.
These guys are from, Connie, you want to step on this side?
Okay.
They're from Power FM.
No, we're from Artex Media.
Aren't you from Power FM?
No, Artex Media, Mr. Stambal. I told
How
you.
did I save you? I saved you.
You saved me as Power?
I
Probably
did.
because that's where you met me from.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's
where
why.
you met me from.
Say hi to them, Connie. Say hello.
Hi. Okay,
So-
so we're from Artex Media. So
What is Artex? What is that? I have no idea what that is.
So Artex Media
Mhm.
is a artist management company.
Right.
We also do graphics designing,
Mhm.
videography.
Oh, really?
Advertisement as well.
Do you do animations?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Because I need some animation done.
Oh yes, he does.
So you do animation?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. We'll talk about that.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes.
So
So
guys,
this is our artist Picasso.
right.
Yes.
Picasso,
Yes.
is that your nickname or were you named Picasso?
I named myself.
You named yourself. That's the trend now. You name yourself now.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not like when I was growing up, you were given a name. Not these guys. These guys wake up and say, you know what? I'm changing my name. Well, hey guys, let's go in there and let's
Okay.
have it. But say bye to them though. Say
Okay.
Oh, bye bye.
So can I tell everybody
Tell 'em.
to stream Picasso's song?
tell him
Yes.
right now.
So you can stream Picasso's song.
You need
on-
to sort of
I need to
come
be
close, yeah,
Okay,
to
no,
the
you
mic.
do it since you're-
Okay. Hey guys, what's up? What's up?
there you go. No, go there. You need a distance, brother.
Oh, I need
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I distance myself.
Right here.
Hey guys, what's up? How are you? This is Mr. Pablo Picasso. I have a new song called Mutima. It's officially out there. Go stream it. It's on YouTube. My YouTube channel is at Picasso Africa. My Facebook page is Mr. Pablo Picasso. Yeah, go check it out. Mutima out now.
Are you out now?
I'm in now.
You're in now. I had to be clear about that. Hey guys, thank you so much. So say bye to these guys. Mr. Artist, you want to come through here and just say, just wave at them.
Bye.
Right.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
You two guys don't have masks. You do.
I
The other
already-
guy does.
Actually,
Just put them away.
just put them
Oh,
away.
you just now put them away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Bye guys. See you. So we're gonna sign off here.